That's the management of Gulf Oil telling us about what's in store, the plans on the anvil, and also, of course, we've discussed plenty in terms of this performance. The stock itself has as well as done reasonably well because it's up as much as 58%, as you can see on your screen there, in the last 12 months. So certainly an outperformance, if I can call it that, even with respect to your key indices coming through. But with that, we shift focus to yet another company which has in fact also outperformed the key benchmarks, and that is NCC. This one has gone up by as much as 85% in the last 12 months. So certainly substantial gains coming in. A bulk of those gains, however, coming in the first half of these 12 months. And well, it maintains itself, notwithstanding the overall market volatility. Well, to take us through the outlook for this particular company, we are now in conversation with Neerad Sharma. He is the head of strategy at NCC. Neerad, good afternoon, and thanks for joining in. Neerad, I actually wanted to take stock of the second quarter right at the top of our conversation here. You suggested a guidance of around 15% growth. Post elections. Have things changed for you, and do you think that this potentially could require some change here in terms of your top line expectation growth?
Very good morning, Agam. If you really look at the performance of our company in the H1, there is a revenue increase of about 13%, and flattish kind of parameters as far as the profitability of the company goes. That said, as you rightly said, we have guided for a revenue growth upwards of 15%, and as we speak, we continue to stick with the same number. If you really look at the performance, I'm just trying to extrapolate that a bit. If you really see the performance of the company in the last couple of years, the H2 traditionally has been better than H1. If we really try to sum that up in terms of a number, you will get to see about 20 to 25% growth generally in the H2. So as we speak, we continue to stick with the same guidance that we have shared with the street, and hopefully hit those numbers.
Moving on, I also want an idea on the execution that you have in store for the second half. If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, your current order book stands at a little over 52,000 crores. How much of that is going to be, or rather be expected to be executed in the next 6 months? And if you could just give us an idea about on the further timelines on execution here.
About out of this, you are absolutely right. The order book that we have had, at the end of September was 52,370 crore. If we really talk about the next 6 months, about 12,000 crore, from this bucket should get executed in H2.
All right. And can you also tell us a little bit more about your latest order? This is the 3,400 crore order for Dhaudhan Dam under Ken Betwa Link project. The timelines under which this project is going to be executed, and if you could give us more details here as well.
Sure. Firstly, this is one of the first projects that has been awarded for what we have been talking about for about a decade or so. That is interlinking of the rivers. What this scheme intends to really do is to connect the water surplus areas with the water in the areas where the water is a scarce commodity. So this project is a project that is expected to be executed in about 6 years' time. What the project intends to do is to really, draw the water from a water surplus area called, Ken Betwa, and bring that water to a, what we call Bundelkhand region of UP, close to Jhansi. So that is an area in which the water continues to be a very, very scarce commodity, So this scheme intends to bring water to that part of UP. So this, and as I have shared with you, this project is required to be executed in about 6 years' time.
Okay. Well, also moving on in terms of the order flow, Neerad, from what I understand, the awarding activity increases in the second half, specifically in the fourth quarter of the financial year, usually. Is that the case, and is that how you're expecting the things play out as well? And based on that, what is your expectation of order inflow in the next 6 months?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Generally, the award picks up in Q4 and Q3. That said, I also take this opportunity to share with you the fact that you are already aware, that in the first quarter of this financial year, we have had, central government elections. So generally, the pace of award has been, bit slow but things are picking up. To answer your question specifically, as we speak till today, we have bagged total orders worth 11,645 crore. I repeat, 11,645 crore, which is about 58% of the lower band. We have already shared one order inflow guidance with the street, which is 20,000 to 22,000 crore. If we really take into account all the awards that we have, all the projects that we have bagged till today, we have already achieved about 58% of our target. And we are quite hopeful to achieve the order inflow guidance that we have shared with the street.
All right. Also, a question on your debt, and from what I understand, your net debt stands at around a little over 1,600 crores. I believe that you want to bring this down further to around the 500 mark. What are the timelines that you're working with here?
Maybe next 2 quarters, we should be able to bring this down close to 500 crore net number.
And also, when it comes to private sector contracts, can you tell us about what kind of exploration you're trying to figure out here? If you have, in fact, made any headway when it comes to private sector contracts, what's the way forward here?
See, primarily the infrastructure sector is a sector that is that continues to be dominated by the central government, their agency, the state government, and various arms of the state government. But we have been able to bag some private sector contracts as well. It would be close to 5-6% of the total order book that we have with us.
Okay. And also want to know a little bit more about the water division. Now, we've had several companies, in fact, talk about the focus on Jal Jeevan Mission. In fact, we've had more and more companies being listed from the same space. You, from what I understand, at least about 12 to 15% of your order book is based on this particular aspect, that is the water division. Just want to understand better if your mix could potentially change because of that. What kind of growth are you seeing in this particular category, and the kind of traction that you're seeing in the sector?
As you rightly highlighted, we have about 12% of order book from this division, what we call, the water division. Other than Jal Jeevan Mission also, Jal Jeevan Mission is a flagship scheme of the government of India, and we understand, a lot of households have already been provided potable water connection, but about I think 4 to 5 crore households still needs to get potable water connection. That said, other than Jal Jeevan Mission, also in the water space, we are of the view that we will get to see a lot of water supply projects, waste treatment plant, sewage treatment plant. So this is a space that is very interesting to us.
All right, Neerad, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us and taking us through the company's outlook as well as the business going forward. Thank you.